Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I'm Sovereign. Today we're going to be talking about Subnautica and an update that's come out in the past week or so where there's been some back and forth on whether there will be a Subnautica free. But it seems to be confirmed over on Twitter by Charlie Cleveland that they're looking for some people for the next Subnautica game in the series. Now there has been various tweets looking for lead programmers and stuff for the Unknown Worlds company, the actual dev team themselves, and they have got multiple teams working within the company on different games. You've got Project M, which is supposed to be some sort of strategy game, which I'm also quite interested in seeing about because I do like underwater aspects of game, and hopefully it's going to be along the same lines. Maybe it's going to be a whole new IP. There's a lot of information out there that is just sort of hearsay, and a lot of information there's people just basically guessing what's going to be coming. Now we have confirmed that it will be another Subnautica game, at least in the Subnautica universe, so there's definitely something to look forward to in the future. There was some people that said the second Subnautica wasn't as good as the first one, and there was a lot of comments and a lot of different content creators that I was checking out for the Subnautica series because I never really played Subnautica all that much. I did start to play it on the channel and I was doing a let's play on it, but then all the stuff happened with the computer disappearing, getting blown up and stuff by DHL on the way over back over to England, so it actually put a hamper on it. I have been playing it outside of doing the Let's Play, but I was thinking about doing some sort of live streams of Subnautica. If that's something that interests anyone, please let me know down in the comments. And I guess at the time when Subnautica first came out, I was a little bit like, I'm not massively into the single player survival. Now, if they have a really good story, which Subnautica did have, there was a chance that I could have played it, but I was really into my multiplayer or co-op survival games at the time. And Subnautica, right at the beginning, didn't really fit that bill. I did see a lot of tweets back in the day and a lot of forum posts back in the day where the developers were talking about multiplayer maybe in the future, but because at the time the multiplayer was very, very intensive in their development process and they just didn't have the time to actually get around and doing it. But now recently there was a comment on JPG's channel on one of his videos that he did for Subnautica free where he confirmed that there will be multiplayer. There was a comment on one of his videos by Charlie Cleveland who confirmed they will have multiplayer in the next of the Subnautica series. So there is definitely something to look forward to there. And it will definitely be more likely that I will jump into the game with a co-op. I'm not too sure if I'd be happy with a full multiplayer game in the Subnautica universe. A co-op experience would be pretty nice, like what they did with The Forest and what they're going to be doing with Sons of the Forest. I'll be able to play with the guys and maybe have a more chill experience than running around kicking the shit out of each other in PvP, getting bases raided, etc, etc. Because there are some times where you just want to play a survival game and you just want to play with your mates and just not have to deal with any exploitative crap that usually comes within the survival genre of gaming. Now, if they do have a multiplayer, sort of 50, 60 people on a map and we can all fight each other, etc., I'll still probably give it a go. I'm not saying that that's not going to be a thing, but I really would like there to just be a co-op section as well. Now, I have seen quite a few responses on the tweet and on different videos in the comments, etc., and there's people saying they would like some more horror in the game, they would like some more difficulty in the game, so that's something they might want to look into. It was very casual. That's probably why it did very well, because it wasn't too in your face and it wasn't too massively difficult and it wasn't too hardcore, which is why a lot of people, I mean, it's probably, I think it's actually one of the best rated games on Steam. I know it was for a good couple of years where they had the highest percentage of thumbs up to thumbs down on the Steam review section. So they definitely have something to live up to, and there definitely will be a lot of people that are interested in a third Subnautica game. And if it has an inbuilt co-op, then that would probably be even better for the community to be able to play with their friends, etc. And it's not going to be, we're in a world where multiplayer and co-op are kind of needed in every game these days, and it's expected by the gamers themselves to actually be in the game at all times. Now, there are people out there that still enjoy their single player stuff because they don't want to have to wait, or like if they have to have a couple of days off, their mates will start pushing forward and push past certain milestones. And if it's a game where the server isn't going to be open all the time and it's run by a single person, that single person can't get on for a week, then your mates can't actually play the game either if there isn't any sort of persistent servers or stuff that you can go on and get Nitrado or whatever to get servers set up and always be open all the time. So there's definitely going to be a lot they need to think about on how they're going to be setting these game modes up on the multiplayer and on the single player aspect, or co-op if they're going to be doing that, or going down the full co-op road rather than multiplayer. Personally, again, I would probably enjoy the fact that there will be a single player, co-op and multiplayer modes, so you can jump in and do the whole multiplayer thing with loads of people, or you can do just the co-op with you and your mates, or single player if you just want to do a little side game by yourself, or you're playing while you're waiting for your mates to jump on to do the co-ops. Now, there are also a lot of people that will be interested in a VR version of the game, or at least have the option to use VR within the single player game. I'm not a VR person personally. I'm not a massive fan of it. I've never really got into the VR aspect. I think it's still too early days for me to really be interested. Plus, I don't have the room at the moment in this tiny little bedroom that I'm living in, so it's not something that I can just throw on and just start throwing my hands runs around, I'll just end up punching holes in the walls and the computer just get destroyed, keep falling over the bed, etc. So it's just something that I can't really do at the moment, but it would be interesting. And if it's sort of separately made and doesn't take away from the actual non-VR version of the game, then I would be okay with them actually developing stuff. I just think if they're going to be developing the VR side, it's going to take away from the actual main game itself. But there also is the fact that a lot of people are saying if they put multiplayer into the game, it'll take away from building the actual full universe itself and the storyline, and it takes away from a lot of other aspects of what made Subnautica so great as a single player rather than a multiplayer. And I do see their point of view too. I see that side as well. So I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be widespread love that there will be co-op and multiplayer, but I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. But it's definitely going to be interesting to have a look and find out and see what is going to be happening within the Subnautica universe as time goes past. I will be covering the game and any news that does come out of it, so make sure to subscribe if you fancy looking at more survival gaming content and RPG content. Make sure to like the video if you do enjoy my videos, and we do have a Patreon in description if you'd like to support myself and the channel. I want to thank you all for watching. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.